This watch features one of the most interesting movements ever created, and the inspiration for it started in a place that you wouldn't expect. So a watchmaker by the name of Nicholas Dehaene was on a train and he was playing with his train ticket. And what he noticed is that when he would apply pressure to the ticket, it would snap back and forth. But no matter how much pressure he applied, it would always snap at the same amount of energy once it hit the tipping point of snapping forward. So it got him thinking, how can I apply this type of constant force mechanism and put it inside of a watch? And after many years of development, him and the team at Girard-Perregaux were able to successfully pull it off. We're looking at the Girard-Perregaux Neo Constant Escapement. And similar to that train ticket snapping back and forth, I want to direct your attention to these blades that also are snapping back and forth on the mechanism. Now, these are silicon blades that are 5 times thinner than a human hair. In a typical movement, the mainspring is wound and it delivers that power to the escapement system. But the problem is when the mainspring is fully wound, it delivers a stronger amount of energy, and when it's toward the end of its power cycle, it delivers a weaker amount of power. However, with this watch, the power has to pass through this blade system. So what we have here is the mainspring is delivering the power, but before it gets to the escapement, which is giving energy to the movement to keep the time, it has to pass through this blade system, and every time those blades snap up and down, they're moving through that tipping point, and once it hits the tipping point, it pops forward with the exact same amount of energy every single time. So whether the mainspring has 1% energy left or 100% energy left, as it passes through the system, it's being regulated into a constant force, hence the name Constant Escapement. So the movement originally debuted in 2013, but when they first released it, it was in a bigger case, 48mm versus this current 45mm version. Also, the original version told time in a sub-dial, whereas this one, they were able to get it to read time like a normal watch, with the hours, minutes, and seconds pointing around the entire dial. And then also in this latest version, they were able to skeletonize more of the movement and give you a more visual display of what's going on. I also like this cutout that they put on the top and bottom of the crystal, so as you turn the watch, you get a more see-through look into the movement, just a cool touch. On the left side of the dial, we have a power reserve. Yes, it's a manual wind watch, but it has a 7-day power reserve. So at the time of recording, the watch is for sale, so let's wrap up with some pricing. The watch is a full set with its original box papers, and the inner box has this really cool iridescent finish to it, which I believe they're trying to match the effect of the silicon components on this watch. So I'm sure you noticed earlier in the video, but this special device is in silicon, and when you catch it at different lights, it gives off a variety of colors. Retail price of this watch from GP is $105,000. We're able to sell it for a significant discount. The asking price we're gonna have is $60,000. So over a 40% discount. I hope I did a good enough job explaining to you guys how this works. So if you did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a comment so that I can be inspired to keep making videos like this in the future.